All right, before we carry on with the videos, I just want to say, like I've been saying in my previous videos, I would never speak on them that I can't relate to. Okay, I can relate to these buildings because I'm an ABS service supplier. Okay, you can go online and you can find me for ABS. You know, I inspect ships and structures of all kind. You can go through my page and see, some of the structures I have inspected. So I can relate on construction, okay? And I also own an NDT school. We actually got class start tomorrow. Here go the phone number and the website right here if you want to enroll and be interested in becoming an NDT inspector. It's virtual. I bring the school directly to you, okay? All right, so now we got that out the way. And like I said, anything else you want to know, you can just go through my page because this is just a habit, honestly. I done got into this community and I find it interesting that these guys was building these buildings. So we just going to check a few structures here and there. All right, so now that we got that out the way. Okay, can anybody guess what structure this is? Okay, this is the Capitol building. Okay, in Alabama. All right, this is the Capitol building. All right, so let's take a look at this building right here. Let's take a look at it. Okay, this building was built in 1851, 174 years ago. Greek revival. All right, so now we got that. Okay, let's take a look at the workforce. All right, so straight from the archives in Alabama, all right, 1851. All right, so we're gonna take a look at the population in that area in the 1800s. Okay, so we got, these two right here. Okay, all right, we got this group. You got to remember, we building a building, so you're gonna need 500-600 people to build that building. So, we got different positions we got to do. You got architects, engineers, sculptors. You got the heavy lifting operator, the crane operators. You got all these different positions. So we need 500 people. So we just going through the population and seeing what pictures that presented to us. Okay, so all right, we're looking at our workforce to build the Capitol building in Montgomery in the 1800s. Okay, we got this family here. Look at the structure that they stand in. Look at the ladder. Okay, we getting a little glimpse of the equipment we're gonna need to build this big building. Okay, all right. We're getting another look of the structures in the area. This was what they were staying in when they was building the Capitol building. All right, so we got our workforce. We got the structures and we got the workforce out the way, okay? And our workforce was able to build this right here. Look at the Rome style columns. Look at the detail of this building, okay? They built this big old Capitol building. Look at it, look how many rooms, 3, 6, 9. Just what we can see. This is what they built, the workforce. And this was the earliest photo I was able to find. The building already complete. You see the people standing here. No construction, just, the building already complete. All right, just built. So we had people to lead the places, the workers that we showed you, in that community. 500 of them was able to leave and go build this building, okay? Here go another close-up of it, already built. You got the people standing on the front lawn. And, as this go on, you're gonna see the same type of people, all right? Okay, so, here go the building, all right? I was able to find the same photo of that same building with soldiers about to get ready and go to war, whatever, look like Civil War. Still got the wheels. These people was capable of building these kind of structures back in the 1800s, all right? And I was able to trace back to this photo. You can see it in the background, already built. Look at the top, all the way up top, in the center of the photo. But you see the horses and carriages, okay? But this is the people who built this building. And like I said, look at the ladders. Look at the structures they stayed in. And this building was built in Montgomery, okay? Look at the building. Okay, something happened. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a NDT inspector by trade, and I don't know. No, I just, well, you know, that's what they said. This is who built it. So, you know, like I said, look at the ladder. Look at the structure of this building. To come into building structures like this, Greek style. Okay. Greek style. All right. And this is in my state, Alabama. All right. Okay, you're gonna notice the little antennas always at the top of these buildings. You always notice these antennas at the top, they got flags on them now. But yeah, this is the building that was built in Alabama in the 1800s. Look at the columns. Okay, this is what was built. Handmade, chiseled. You know, and according to Wikipedia, this is the community that built it. All right. So, like I said, we doing capital buildings today. I got one more state I'm gonna look at, but like I said, anybody welcome to jump into the comments. And this is something I can relate to. I can be here all day talking about this, but y'all let me know if how they was built or how do you think they was built.